Hi everybody, Craig here. Welcome to episode 17 of my 1 vs 3 vs 3 Age of Wonders 3 playthrough series. In this series, I'm playing against two separate teams of 3 Emperor AI per team, and I'm playing as the Halfling Dreadnought, Welby the Tinkerer. In our last episode, we continued the battle against Colm the Lucky, and we actually killed off a few of his units. 2 episodes ago, we were able to claim the city of Sassistan from Colm, and then last episode, we fought a number of his units here. He did have a Manticore Rider as well as a Phalanx unit, and we used some of our units here, including our Golems, to kill off that unit and kind of try to defend Sassistan a little bit from Colm. Now, we've also got our units over here, and this is actually Welby in his stack, and you can see that we've actually identified where Colm himself is. So here's Colm. He's a level 8 warlord at this point. So we've kind of got a pincer going on where we've got some of our forces pressing in from the left and some pressing in from the right. And we're going to try to keep that pressure going this episode and see if we can really do some more damage to Colm. However, before I dive into this episode, I did just want to give a couple of quick shoutouts to a few individuals who left some fantastic comments on the last episode. The first of those comes from John Calabro. Now, John pointed out that I should consider summoning a Hellhound instead of Suppressed Nature. And I think that's a great point from John, and it's something to think about. Now, there's obviously utility in Suppressed Nature, especially since I'm Halfling. And what this does, units and cities do not suffer from terrain penalties. Now, this is huge because it gives me a higher chance of things like Lucky activating, as well as a better chance of critical hits. But John is pointing out that having an extra unit, especially having it available next turn, may be super important, given that I have an opportunity here to kill off Colm, and that one extra unit might be enough to turn the tide of battle. You know, it might make the difference. So a great point there from John, and something for me to think about. John also pointed out that I should probably consider putting my stronger units in Holly's stack. So if we jump underground here, Holly is our Theocrat hero who is underground and has a very, very strong stack, as you can see here. Now, the issue is that we do still have this tier 1 halfling adventurer who is, albeit very leveled up, but really is kind of underpowered compared to the rest of what we have in the stack. And John is just pointing out that I should try my best to get as many powerful units in Holly's stack as possible to really create sort of an effective Doom stack that I can use to clear out as many structures as possible. So, really, really good points there from John. The next set of comments here comes from Kuda1234. Now Kuda has pointed out something that I'm actually going to do right now, and that is that Welby actually has some movement left. You can see here he has 12 movement remaining. So what Kuda is saying is that I could just inch Welby up here and get a little peek at what's going on in this city. So we have Colm here, and let's see what else we've got. All right, well, we've got a human knight, very strong tier 3 cavalry, champion 1, so very, very leveled up, very strong. And then we've got ourselves some crossbowmen, prospector, Tigran Cheetah, and a warg. So we've got a number of very strong, or excuse me, I should say one very strong unit, and then a number of other units that are kind of relatively inconsequential. So that actually bodes pretty well, because assuming there's nothing else and he doesn't reinforce in the next turn, we've got some pretty decent units ourselves, although really our best unit is this Halfling Pony Rider at tier 2, so we do have to be very, very careful, but that's reassuring. So again, great suggestion there from Kuda to do a little bit of scouting. Okay. The next set of comments comes from Yonsich. Yonsich pointed out that I have a lot of excess mana at this point. In previous episodes, a few episodes back, I was actually struggling quite a bit to have enough mana, and thankfully by this point now I actually have pretty solid mana income, and Yonsich is pointing out that I should make use of this extra mana. So I could start casting more spells, like in battles, for example. I could also think about maybe making some extra items at my Arcane Item Forge, which is a good use of mana, and kind of any other ways that I can think of spending my excess mana so that it's not just piling up and kind of remaining useless. On this point, Yonsich is also suggesting that something I could think about doing is to actually cast a spell here called Domain of the Sun. Now, Domain of the Sun the target friendly city and units stationed within that city's domain now like tropical and volcanic terrain. Now, the utility of this spell is that I actually have a few cities in tropical areas, and you can see here these Tigran cities in particular. We have tropical, so dense vegetation all around. And if we look at Tigrans themselves, you can see here that Tigrans actually don't like tropical. They don't hate it, but they don't like it. So if we were to cast Domain of the Sun on this Tigran city, that would actually improve their happiness a little bit and might make this city a little bit more productive. As you can see here, the city is cheerful, and if we can bump it a little bit higher, I think that would boost it all the way up to best. And once it's at best, you get sort of the max benefit. Same goes for this Tigran town as well. We've got tropical over here as well. So great point there from Yonsic as a potential spell that I could cast. Yonsic also pointed out that I should probably try my best to finish off Colm as quickly as I can, and especially since I'm attacking him from two directions, that will give me a bit of a leg up. And the reason for this is because once I've done that, I will then hopefully be able to kind of snowball from there. Once again, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but if I'm able to kill Colm off, I should then be able to kind of snowball and go from there and start really making a dent into the rest of these opponents. Yonsic also suggested that with my research income, I should probably consider getting additional casting points, and then as well, eventually getting advanced logistics to improve the movement of my units. This would be great, as I actually am currently moving a number of machine units to try to kind of get them into the fight, and since some of these machines really don't have a ton of extra movement, it would be great to just have the advanced logistics to help them out a little bit. Great points there from Yonsic. The next set of comments comes from Insert Username. Now, Insert Username pointed out a couple of things here. The first of those is that I actually missed a chance to apply some extra knowledge income when I was choosing, last episode I chose Modern Training. And this extra knowledge income was actually totally wasted. I think I had about like 90 or something like that. And what I should have done is actually selected something that it would have sped up the time it would have taken to research. And then if I still wanted Modern Training, I could have just switched right back. And yet I would have actually banked and used that extra knowledge. So I really hate when I don't make the most out of the efficiency of this extra knowledge pool when I've cleared a structure that's provided it as a reward or whatever. So great point there from Insert, just to kind of, again, a good teaching point there, a good thing to remember, that you always want to try to maximize the efficiency of your extra income of things like knowledge. So definitely a missed opportunity on my part. Insert Username also pointed out that Last Stand is a great spell to use on golems. And I believe this came into, or the reason this was mentioned is because I have War Master Habby here, who does have Last Stand as a spell. And if we look at golems, including the Party Robot prototype, we can see here that they actually have Tireless. So that means that no action points are spent on retaliation or on attacks of opportunity. So adding Last Stand, which also provides them with First Strike, is very, very nice to have on golems. So great points there from Insert Username. The next set of comments is from Ivan Engel. Ivan pointed out that in the battle against Colm's forces here, so as I mentioned, I did fight, I think it was kind of right around here, one of these tiles where my cursor is. I fought against a Manticore Rider and a Phalanx unit. And I ended up attacking the Manticore Rider with a number of ranged attacks. The Manticore Rider was in guard mode, and then I stepped up and used my Golem to attack afterwards, and the Golem had guard break. And I mentioned it in the last episode after I realized it, that I should have used guard break first, then used my ranged attacks as they would have done more damage, because when a unit is in guard mode, they have higher defense and resistance. So Ivan is just pointing this out, that that's something that I really I need to keep in mind going forward, as that was a missed opportunity in that battle, and that could end up costing me later if I'm not doing it, since I'm up against these extremely powerful Tier 4 units. So great point there from Ivan. Ivan also pointed out that I should consider reinforcing some of my active spells. In particular, my active spells that get a disjunction attempt on them, because what that will do is it will actually lower the spell integrity and make it easier for them to be disjuncted on a second attempt. So I can spend some of my extra mana to do that, and I think that's a great point there from Ivan. The next set of comments comes from DK. DK pointed out that, and this is in relation to Leo, I believe, in his stack. So in Leo's stack here, I do have the capability with Leo to use Phoenix Warrior, which provides 1 unit with Resurgence. And what DK is pointing out is that if I've already put a Resurgence on one of my units, it doesn't really make a ton of sense to then also apply Nourishing Meal, as that Nourishing Meal really, if that unit ends up dying, it's not so bad since it has Resurgence, and the Nourishing Meal might be better spent protecting one of my units that doesn't have Resurgence. So that's a great point there from DK, and, kind of pointing out that there's a bit of redundancy there that actually may not be the most efficient use. So a great point there. There's also a comment here from Albtrom. Albtrom pointed out that since I have this extra mana, a good way to use it would be to produce some items in my Arcane Item Forge. And there's a reason as well why Albtrom is suggesting this, since my Arcane Item Forge is in Bittercrest. And if we look at Bittercrest, we can see that since it doesn't have a Florox quarry, we actually don't have the upgrade from that quarry. And this is relevant because if we take a look at Hard Thistle, which as we can see here does have a quarry, we've produced the Florox Citadel upgrade. And what this does is produced machine units have 10 extra health. So what Albtrom is pointing out is that if I do occasionally use my Throne City of Bittercrest to produce items rather than extra machines, that's really not a huge problem given that the machine units coming out of my throne are not as powerful as they could be if they were coming out of, say, Hard Thistle, for example. So great point there from Albtrom, and that makes me feel a little better if I do decide to redirect production in my Throne City away from machine units and into making some items. So as always, though, big thank you to everybody for the fantastic comments. I really do appreciate it, and I mean, I'm always blown away by the insight and the level of suggestion and comments that you guys leave in terms of just, being a goldmine of good advice. So really, really appreciate it. And I think it was worth really taking some time and going through it, although that did create a bit of a longer intro than in some episodes. Because again, I think at this point, things are starting to get really dangerous for me, and I'm kind of walking a bit of a thin edge. So I need to make sure my decisions are rock solid as best as I can. And obviously you guys make that a heck of a lot easier with your fantastic insight. So keep them coming, guys. I really appreciate it. All right. Now let's dive into this episode. So I don't think we really have much left to do. So I think we will end it here. The only thing is, I actually think I'm going to do what John suggested, which is to switch over to Summon Hellhound. And the reason I'm going to do this is because, again, I think this battle is pretty precarious, and I think we might benefit from an extra unit. Although, really, is the Hellhound going to make that much of a difference? It's debatable. I mean, again, the Hellhound really isn't that strong. It's just a kind of generic tier 2 unit, although it does do some fire damage. But the point being that I think just having an extra unit might turn the tide. So as much as I do want Suppressed Nature, I think I'm going to hold off and just worry about the Hellhound for now. So let's see here if Colm decides to do anything. I'm going to pay attention over here to Sassistan and see what Colm decides to do when it is his turn. Oh, and look at this. Okay, we've had some units move in here from the north, and these are units belonging to Camille Moonflower, who is a halfling rogue and is the teammate of Colm the Lucky. So, oh my goodness. So it looks like we've got ourselves some succubi, some Grimbeak crows. Ay, ay, ay. This is a little bit... So it looks like Camille has brought her units in to try to take the city for herself. I guess kind of to try to help Colm as well. Oh my gosh. And now Colm is bringing in his units. So he's got a Warbreed, a Trebuchet. Oh my god. Now a Manticore Rider. Cavalry. So this is a Human Knight. Oy. So we are really getting pincered here by Camille and by Colm. He is really invested, I guess, in trying to get Sassistan back, and I don't blame him. But it looks like Camille wants to either help Colm or just take Sassistan for herself, since it's now up for grabs, I guess. Well, this just got a heck of a lot more interesting, that's for sure. Alright, well, let's jump back and see, did Colm do anything over here? Well, from what we can see, it looks like he's added another unit here. There's a dwarf crossbowman, at least, that has been added. Okay. So we'll have to take a look and see if he's brought any other reinforcements in, because if he's really bolstered the units guarding this city, we may not be able to take it with what we currently have available. We may have to kind of reevaluate. The good news, though, is that although we are isolated, Welby does have Dominate, so we could try and maybe recruit some units from this ancient ruin. We could backtrack and go and recruit some units up here to try to just build up a bit of an army. The problem is the longer we dilly-dally in doing that, the more he's going to reinforce his city here. And Colm himself may take off, and we might lose the opportunity to kill him. So, we might just have to strike hard, strike fast, and go in and try and kill Colm. I don't know. Yeah, this game definitely just got even more interesting. Now, the big question is, do we just kind of leave Sassistan, or do we try and defend it? Honestly, I don't think we're going to be able to stand up against what Camille and Colm are bringing to bear. However, I think it's probably worth bringing these units back, because I don't really know what else I would do with them. I guess I could try and run down this way. You know, maybe turn around, regroup with these cannons or something, but I think I'd rather make them pay when they try to take the city. And since it's Camille's turn first before Colm, I suspect we'll come under attack from Camille first, which might actually be to our benefit, because maybe we can even kill off some of her units. She may end up taking the city at the end, but if we can at least, you know, do some damage and make her pay, that might be worth it. And that might give us time to then rally some of our machine units here and bring them up to the front lines and get them involved. So we have some decisions to make, that is for sure. Oh, and it looks like we've had another domain invasion here at Assiet. Let's jump over there. So that is our Tigran city over here on the very far left. So it looks like we can't actually see anything, so I'm assuming what happened is a unit came on through and then is now out of vision range. So I guess that's not a huge problem. Alright, so let's just kind of get rid of these. So we have our domain invasion at Sassistan. We have our domain invasion at Assiet. And then we've had an item arrive. Let's take a look. Okay, so that's a Dread Spider egg that we had sent to Welby, I guess, a while ago. Unfortunately, it's going to take 8 turns for it to hatch, but when it does, Welby will then eventually have a mount, so I guess not too bad. It's a shame we can't use the mount right now, though. Okay, and we've had some alliance proposals. Let's take a look. The Outpost of Ix would like to become our vassal for just 60 gold, so I will happily accept that. There we go. So now we've got another vassal in the Shadow Realm. And it looks like the Shadow Elf village or city here of Vinstar, yeah, it is a village. They would like to become our vassal for 194 gold, so we will accept that as well. So yeah, we're making good progress in the Shadow Realm at least. So that's fantastic. We've now got a number of vassals in the Shadow Realm. Arundel would like to join us. We're going to continue to keep them just as a vassal because we don't have any units down here. Although, while we're here, let's do some more digging with our little tunneler here. Try and get some extra gold income out of the deal. There we go. Alright, now some decisions to make. We're going to have to take a closer look here and see what they've actually got now. They may have reinforced what they've got going on here. So, maybe before we do that, though, let's kind of move our other units and figure out what else we have going on, because I'm quite nervous about this, I won't lie, especially since Welby himself is going to be at risk. I think we're going to have to be very, very careful about that battle. Now, over here, I think I'm just going to retreat these units back, to be honest. There we go. At least we're, you know, putting up a half-decent defense of the city. Plus, we do have the bell tower, which is going to help a little bit. So we might be able to defend ourselves against the forces of Camille here. Although if she brings her units in, and then on Colm's turn he decides to attack, we're going to have absolutely no hope of defending the city. And unfortunately, it looks like these cannons are not going to be able to make it there in time. As you can see here, the closest we're going to get is still a few hexes away. And if we bring our cannons in like this, they're going to be susceptible to just an attack from these units, which they could then kill off my cannons, which I don't want. So, kind of a frustrating turn of events here. Although I will say I appreciate how interesting this is getting, and I welcome the challenge. So now, let's keep our machine units just moving. We need to reinforce as much as we can up here. I think that's honestly critical for us at this point. Now, let's kind of maybe distract ourselves with something a little easier. So we've got War Master Habby here, and we can clear out this quarry. So let's do that. Got some Draconian units that we're up against. Now, we obviously have to watch out for this Draconian Flyer. I think that's going to be arguably our biggest threat. So let's see if we can put some hurt on it with the cannon, perhaps. Alright, fantastic. Ooh, and a nice level up for our cannon. And then we can reload the cannon with our engineer. And then let's step our musketeers up and see if we can do some additional damage here. Okay, not bad. Yeah, we're not going to be able to get the kill, though, so let's just do a little bit more damage, perhaps. And then we can... Because, yeah, our flame tank can't use his fire attack right now. Our golems are out of commission in terms of they can't get in there. So we will send our golem up like this, and we'll move our flame tank in just a touch. And then let's see what happens here. Alright, our cannon tanked some of the damage. Looks like our musketeers did their job tanking as well. Oof. Just putting the hurt on them here with our party robot. Very, very nice. Now, can we kill off this flyer, perhaps, with our engineers? That would be ideal. So that's not going to do it. What if we step up and use our blunderbuss? I mean, we have a chance. We'd have to get a high roll. You can see here that we've got... So, if we did minimum damage, we would only do 12 with 9 plus 3. If we do maximum, we're going to do 17. So, that's kind of so-so on whether that's going to work or not. Might be better to just use War Master here to just kind of get the kill for sure. Yeah, let's do that. So then our cannon here, I think what we'll do, we want to blast these chargers. You know what, we could even make this easier on our musketeer here. Let's move over like this. Blast them from this angle here. Very nice. Then we'll get a nice reload here. And the reason I did that is because now our musketeer can just get a flank kill. Excellent. Okay. Now, as for the flame tank, I don't think we're going to be able, because look at the way the cone is. There's this hex right in front of the tank, so I don't think we're going to be able to hit everything. Unless, I guess if we went right here, we could do some pretty major damage. But I think that's still going to... Yeah, that's still going to hit our party robot, so... I don't know if there's an easy way to do this without damaging our party robot here. Let's see, if we go up here, how's that going to work? Yeah, that's not really going to work either. Let's just get the kill on the Temple Guard there. And then we can blast the Crusher for some big damage. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Now, hopefully our Flame Tank doesn't get beat up too bad by our Elders here. Yeah, no, that's alright. Okay, that actually worked out pretty well for us. Our cannon is still in good shape, so let's move it up. Do some huge damage there. Very, very nice. And then we can actually step our musketeer up. Get the kill there. And we can do a nice reload here. Not that we're probably going to need it. And then, you know what? I think what we'll do is... We'll throw a repair on one of our units here. And then we can step up like this, do some big damage, and then I think we should be able to get the kill, yes, with our ram. Perfect. So that takes care of that quarry. So now that we have that done, the question is... Ooh, and look at this. We got some items. So we got a pretty decent torso item with 3 defense. Some not-so-good sandals here, and then some gold. So let's take that. We can equip this with War Master. And I think we'll probably just sell off the sandals, because I really don't think they're of tremendous benefit. Okay, now the big question is going to be, do we want to now bring Valok into the fold? It would cost us almost 200 gold. we do have this this quarry, which is going to make a difference. The only thing that's stopping me from maybe doing this is that if we bring this into the fold, we're going to have to spend gold developing the city, and I think I'm probably going to want to spend my gold on other things right now. So I might hold off. I think I'm going to actually hold off for now on bringing Valak into the fold. Maybe another turn or two from now I'll do that. But I think for now I need to spend gold on making some more machines and doing some other things. So there's a part of me that wants to do it, but I think I want to just spend my gold on really the war effort here, because things are getting pretty nasty. We do have this cannon who I was kind of bringing over to assist as well, so let's do that. Okay. Let's jump up here. So we had this healing serpent that we were able to acquire with Pimpton. I would like to clear out this Sphinx Temple, but unfortunately, our serpent cannot join us. All right, let's see here. I think we should be able to handle this. It'll be tough, but we have to remember, of course, that we do have Divine Justicars, so I think that's going to give us a bit of a leg up here. Nice, we got lucky there to deflect that Doomgaze attempt. Alright, let's do some buffing, perhaps, here. Maybe a Bestow Iron Heart on our flyer. There we go. We can send our Sun Guard in, put some work in on these. Oh, nice, we got a critical. And then, you know what, we can actually get the kill here, and that killing momentum should allow us to keep attacking. So, you know what, let's attack the Watcher, I think. There we go, tie him up a little bit. Our Slither can maybe just kind of step on up as well. I want to hurt this Watcher some more. There we go. And then our Slither can just kind of move up as well. Alright. Let's see what happens here. Ooh, and I shouldn't have lined my units up the way I did. Ooh, and we got petrified. That's kind of unfortunate. Not a huge problem, but you can see we're taking a lot of damage. Ooh, and look at this. We can do a lot of damage to this Sphinx. Let's do it. Nice, and we got the kill with our Sun Guard. That's amazing. We should be able to finish off the Watcher right here. Excellent. And then we can actually pretty much get the kill on this Mystic, so let's try that. Very nice. So this Flyer is doing really good work. Now with Pimpton, let's see if maybe we can grab that Mystic with a conversion here. Really low odds, but... Oh, and hey, we got it. Fantastic. Okay. Now all that we got left is this Mystic over here, so... I'm not going to complain about that, getting that Mystic. That's great. I really didn't think that was going to work because we had such low odds, but... Alright, let's heal up our Flyer here. And then we can get a little bit of experience, perhaps, with our new unit. There we go. And then let's go in for a nice flank here with some backstab damage. Excellent. Alright, very nice. So we cleared out that Sphinx Temple. And, ooh, look at this. Wow, we got a legendary, or mythical weapon, I should say. Butcher's Pole Axe of Slaughtering. First strike, polearm, lifesteal, and +2 melee strength. Yeah, that's pretty solid. I'm going to take that. And, wow, a lot of knowledge here. Let's take this. That is amazing. We'll give this to Pimpton. That's better than what he currently had. Now, let's see what other heroes maybe could benefit from a melee weapon. Welby's is really not very good. Leo's is decent. Ollie's is very, very good. Pimpton's is nice. So, maybe we send this to Welby or to War... I actually like Guardbreaker. That's pretty good for War Master Habby. Yeah, let's send this off to Welby, I guess. Maybe we just sell it, honestly. It's going to take 7 turns to get there. That might not even be worth. Yeah, you know what? Let's just sell it. It's not making that big of a difference, and we got a little extra gold out of the deal, so... Yeah, very, very nice there. Now, the big question, do we want to maybe go north this way, or do we want to clear out some stuff over here. I think since we're, you know, building up our forces here, it might be worth just kind of moving over this way. Maybe we even try taking a stab at this ziggurat eventually. You know, again, we can really rake in some resources here using Pimpton and his stack, so let's do that. Oh, you know, there's a part of me that wants to do No Mercy just to grab try and convert one of these guys. I think that's what we're going to do. I want to just try and build up extra units here, quite frankly. Okay, so obviously our adventurers here are in kind of rough shape. So let's see if we can remedy that with some healing. And we're just going to let them kind of come to us here. Alright, so, and we do have Guard Breaker on our Sun Guard, so let's move in and do that. And then what we can try for here now is convert. Ah, resisted, dang it. Well, at least we get a little bit of experience out of this battle then, perhaps. Our flyer can step up. Do a nice big flank damage there. Our Slither, unfortunately, can't quite get into the fight. But we can probably get the kill here. Very, very nice. Okay. Yeah, a bit of a shame that we weren't able to get the conversion, but it does happen. You know, I suppose that kind of balances out, because in that last battle, we did have a low odds. We had, I think, 33% chance, and we actually still got it, so sort of balances out. With this one being we had a higher chance, and it didn't end up working out. Ooh, there we go. Now we can get the finish easily. Very nice. Okay, so that cleared that out. Ooh, another one we can do down here. Let's do that. Oh. Hang on. What are our... I do have to be careful. I don't want to end up decreasing my alignment here too much. But I think we can do that one, no problem. We'll do No Mercy because, again, I do want to try and recruit some additional units here. Okay. A little bit of heals here. And yeah, we'll just kind of... I shouldn't have bunched up the way I did because... Oh, they don't have a... Oh, no, they do have a Draconian Flamer. I was going to say I'm susceptible to getting blasted with all my units taking damage if they are grouped up the way I did that, so... Not that that's a huge concern for me at the moment, but... No sense getting sloppy now, since I don't have to. Step up and attack the hatchlings. I think I'm gonna go for the elder at the back there, probably. Meanwhile, Pimpton can kind of move up like this. There we go. I was gonna drop a heal on himself. I think we'll just hang out. Alright, let's kill the flamer here. Nice, one shot. I was actually expecting that to take another unit to come in and get the finish, so we'll boost our flyer here. Take our Slither in, get the backstab, and then step up like this, get the kill. Our adventurer can just kind of hang back there. And now we're going to go for the conversion on the Elder. Let's see. Probably low odds here. Oh, 60%. Very nice. All right. So we got ourselves another unit. Quite happy about that. Some extra gold as well. How much further can we really go? So let's just keep on moving. We can try this quarry perhaps as well. Yeah, that's great. We're kind of building up an extra bunch of units here, so that's going to be helpful. So we finished off Reassemble there thanks to that big boost of knowledge from the Sphinx Temple that we cleared. So now we'll have to kind of figure out what we want to do next, but let's finish moving everybody else so that we know kind of how much extra income we might have at our disposal here. So now the next big battle is going to be Holly and her stack potentially trying out this Lost City. Oh boy, okay. This is going to be a tough one. So we've got ourselves a Glutton, a Feathered Serpent, and 4 Naga Matriarchs. Now, a couple of big concerns here. Concern 1 is going to be the Glutton, obviously, with its big damage, as well as its ability to devour devour whole one of your units. So that could be devastating if it ends up getting a chance to work on my Flyer or my Ogre by accident. Low odds because they're kind of bigger, stronger units, but still can happen. The other thing I have to be careful about here is these Naga Matriarchs have Charm, which, again, I think it's the lowest, it's the least powerful conversion ability, but obviously if it works, that's pretty dangerous for me. So I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to have to use some of Holly's spells, as well as Bestow Iron Heart, and hopefully get some luck as well in this battle and see how things go. There's a part of me that doesn't want to do it, but I think, let's just try it and see if we can get some big rewards out of this. I think we kind of got to gamble a little bit on this one, and I'm going to, hope that I can win the day here with some tactics. Okay, nice. I was hoping that they wouldn't come at me right away. That's going to give me an opportunity here to, first and foremost, we're going to throw Bestow Iron Heart on the Flyer. The reason I'm doing this is because that gives Mind Control immunity, so now the Charm will not affect my Flyer. Next step is going to be Instant Wrath on the Flyer. There we go. So Instant Wrath, I should kind of back up a bit. What Instant Wrath does here, deals 50% of all damage dealt against target-friendly unit back to its attacker until end of combat. So that's going to be, I think, very, very useful for me. So our Flyer is going to be kind of our main battler, I think, along with this Ogre, who I'm going to try and buff up as well. Now, I think I'm going to need these Adventurers to kind of get in there and do some damage so this battle doesn't end up ending early. Ooh, and you know what? I don't want to group my units up too much because of that gas attack. This Ogre, unfortunately, is a little weaker, so he's not going to be as useful. Okay, so this is round 3, so we can still do a little bit more before we need to do damage to keep the battle going. I think what we'll do is we will throw Touch by Faith on the Ogre, and the reason we're doing this, now this Ogre has higher resistance thanks to that. So if we take a look what it does, +3 resistance. So that should make them more resistant to any charm attempts. What I'm kind of hoping is that maybe they'll try and charm like my Adventurer or something like that instead. Now in terms of spell casting here, I don't want to use them if I don't have to in this battle, but we do have them available from Welby if we need them. And then obviously Holly can do another Instant Wrath maybe on the, or even a Divine Protection would be nice. Just to boost resistance. So let's see what happens here. Okay. I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use Divine Protection on my Adventurer. And the reason is because I want kind of my units that get up front with high resistance, such that they will be resistant to any charm attempts that come their way. And I don't know if that's going to work out. Maybe that was kind of silly, but I don't think that's a bad idea. And then our Flyer can kind of... I'm spreading my units out a little bit so they're not as susceptible to the gas attacks here. Okay, there we go. Oh, they tried to charm my... Yeah, they're trying to charm my units. Okay, and I think they all failed. I don't think this one yet. So this one hasn't used its charm. So I'm actually really glad that I used that. So they tried to charm this Adventurer, and now it's shaken. So it just has less happiness, but thankfully still very happy. Same goes for this Ogre. Shaken, but still very happy thanks to all the buffs on him. So I think we're still in really good shape. Now, I might use Instant Wrath as well on this Ogre. Just because, again, he's going to be up there doing some fighting as well. So, you know what? Let's maybe step back just a touch with Holly. I don't want her in any real danger here, if I can avoid it. We'll put Instant Wrath on the Ogre. And then we can put in some pretty solid work here, I think. Alright, so the Adventurer is going to blast, and then we can get the kill right here. No problem at all. Actually, you know what might even be better would be to get the kill with our musket shot. And then that frees up the Ogre to move in and beat some sense into this Matriarch, which is great. You know what? Let's even try for the kill here. Ah, didn't get it. The reason I wanted to get that kill because this unit has regrowth, so it's going to get some of its health back. Now, I can try for a conversion on this Feathered Serpent, actually. I think it's the only unit here that doesn't have Mind Control immunity. I think the Matriarch has Mind Control immunity. And I believe so does the Glutton. Yeah, so he does as well. So, let's see here. So yeah, that Feathered Serpent, it'd be nice to get... Ooh, slip away and heal. Ooh, try to taunt. Oh no, taunt. What does that do? Okay, it just makes them rage out. Well, that's unfortunate. So now, thanks to that, this Feathered Serpent took a ton of damage, and we're now probably not going to be able to convert it. Oh well, though. That's actually not so bad. You know what? Let's do this. And then we can probably get the kill. Oh, yeah. Adventurers can get the kill. That's great. As for the flyer here, I think we'll just step up kind of like this. This Ogre's been kind of hanging back. You know what? Let's just step up and get the finish. There we go. Meanwhile, Holly can move up here and drop a heal on my Musketeers, at least. Ouch. I should have seen that one coming. Alright, so my Ogre died. Again, not a huge surprise, given the... given that he was a little weaker, he didn't have any level ups, really. Oh, you know what? We can do some pretty solid damage to this Glutton, so let's start working on him. There we go. We'll reload our Musketeer over here. I think we're going to need him to do some work. Now, the question is, do we want to try and kill... I think we want to just kill the Matriarch here, especially since it does still have Charm. So let's try for the kill here. Very, very nice. And then with Holly... let's... You know what? I should have maybe tried throwing a curse on that other unit, but... I guess it didn't matter because the Feathered Serpent was getting beat to heck anyway. We'll just throw a curse to limit movement a little bit. Oh, that actually worked out super well. Alright, so now we can just kind of gang up on this guy. So, musket shot. Wow, some huge... And they got the kill! That was amazing. I wasn't expecting them to get that kill. Alright, well, hey, that worked out pretty well. So we cleared it out and nobody died. Even though the Ogre did die, of course, we got it back with Resurgence. So, nice and clean there. Sundisk, a legendary usable item that gives us the Sundisk attack, just like the Tigran Sphinx. And then a Crystal Skull, which is a mythical jewel item. True Sight, +5 hit points, +1 resistance, fast healing, and +2 vision range. Yeah, I'm going to take that. That's amazing. Okay. Whew. Holly is just an absolute monster. She is a beast. She's got 2 really powerful jewel items, a pretty decent weapon, pretty decent shield, good mount, and then good armor. She is very, very strong. She's probably my strongest hero at this point, I would say, by quite a bit, I think. So yeah, now we have that Sundisk available for her, just another attack. That's excellent. That worked out so well for me. And now look at all the extra gold we have. We can do some work with that now. Okay, now the big question. What do I do with these extra units? Do we want to maybe go above ground here and have these units maybe come over and... You know what? We could bring these units over and then we can bring Valak into the fold and have some defenders. That's actually maybe not such a bad idea. Because I don't think they're really doing a ton underground right now, to be perfectly honest. So let's kind of send all these miscellaneous units together above ground. And then we can move them over here. It's going to take them a little bit to get there, of course, but get it done. Now, we had some other units finish production here. So, for example, here we have this cannon in our throne. We're just going to start moving them up this way. We got to get them up to the front lines of battle here. That is for sure. We had another flame tank moving on over. Keep that going. Now, let's figure out maybe Holly's... Got to figure out what we do with Holly now. She's got all this movement left. Maybe we just make connection with this city and see... Let's see here. Oh, and it's hostile. That's actually not bad for us. That means we can just move in and take it. You know what? I'm happy with that. Looks like it's an orc. Yeah, that's orcs. Okay. Oh, this is great. We can just move in and take it out here. You know what? Let's even grab the haste berries here. And then we can grab the city and grab this unit. Oh, yeah. This is excellent. We can try for some orcs here. Now, obviously, our units are a little worse for wear, so let's start healing them up just a touch here, maybe. Get our flyer in there. And our ogres. Now, as for a unit I'd like to try and get a hold of, probably the priest. The orc priest, I think, would be probably the most beneficial for me. Alright, let's drop a heal on this ogre. And we want to kind of have him go up the gut here, I think. Meanwhile, our flyer can just get real close and then get in past the walls next turn. I suppose, you know, this ogre we could start beating on the walls, but maybe we wait. This musketeer, I guess we could step up and do a little bit of work, but I think we'll also wait. Taking some damage there. Thankfully, nothing we can't handle. Okay. Now, Holly, we want to get her in here. Do some buffing, of course, so this ogre's a little happier. Yeah, you know what? Let's get right in behind here. Blast these razor bows, and then we can hang out with these impalers here. Meanwhile, the ogres, I suppose we can attack that wall. To let our other units in behind. Yeah, very nice. So we've now got a pathway in. Move our units up to occupy that. Okay, there goes down our ogre. Not that that's a problem, because he's going to come right back. And yeah, it'd be great to kill off this razor bow. We can try for a curse on the priest, although really low odds, so it might not even be worth trying, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, let's get this guy right in there. Step up like this. Do some work. Very nice. Fantastic. And then we should be able to just step up. Try for the convert. No such luck. Do some big damage there. Alright, our turn again. So we will actually now take this opportunity to drop another heal on our flyer, I think. And then... yeah, everybody's kind of got lots of experience, so just get the kill that way. Fantastic. So we now have control of this orc town underground. And I think what we're going to do is just absorb it. And you know what? We can just head up here, grab the... we can try for this shock trooper. That would be amazing. You know what? Let's do it. Yeah, this is going super well here with Holly. Very, very happy about this development. So now we can grab this unit, or at least try to. Alright, so let's try for a curse here. Got a 50% chance. Pretty decent. Just just back Holly up so she's not in range here of that. Ah, didn't work out. That's alright, though. Bring our musketeers in. Blast those razor bows for some damage. Send our halfling adventurer in. Ooh, and try for the kill and not quite get it. But we can do this, and then park ourselves in defense. Our ogre can just kind of hang out as well. Okay, so now they at least aren't in guard mode, so let's give this a try. Very nice. Awesome, so now we have an orc shock trooper on our side. Excellent there. So we're building up an army quite quickly with Holly here. You know what? We can also do this battle, too. Maybe try for a Frostling Ice Queen. That would be pretty solid. Another tier 3 unit. Yeah, and there's lots of structures down here worth clearing. So, obviously, this Lost Library is worth it. Got some decent units here in this quarry. A ton of shock troopers down here to try and grab. So, yeah, we've got a smorgasbord of good stuff. Now, of course, Holly's not leading the stack, so if we do this battle, we wouldn't have Divine Justicar, so I think we'll have to actually step her back. I probably should have used the flyer to do that rather than... But... There we go. Okay. Now, we're going to try for this Ice Queen if at all possible. Don't think they have mind control immunity. Nope. So, yeah, that should be what we're going to go after here. Let's try for a curse. No such luck. Let them come to us here. Oh, they're not going to. All right. Well, we'll just have to go to them, I guess. We'll step right up here. And we'll just move everybody in. Nice, resisted that. That's... Oh, we did get immobilized, though. That's kind of annoying. Well, thankfully, the Ice Queen is no longer in defense mode, so we can try for a conversion. Ooh, and we got it. We are getting some good luck with the conversions here, which I'm very happy about. Let's use our ogre to blast those little guys, and then we can get the kill here, step up and get the flank. Excellent. Meanwhile, on this side... we can move our musketeers in, blast that mammoth rider with some big damage, and then get the kill with our ogre. As for our little guys here, they can step up and get the kill on those harpoon throwers. And our Ice Queen can turn around and chill out in defense mode there. Okay, so he went down. Not that that's a huge problem, since he does have Resurgence, of course. Let's see, Ice Nova. What's the range on this? Ooh, pretty big. What does it do exactly? Every unit around the caster takes 8, and all units in a 3 have the guard broken. The reason I'm thinking about doing it is just for some experience here. Oh, can't be affected. Okay, well, never mind then. We'll just get the kill this way. Well, and just like that, we got ourselves yet another decent unit. This sword isn't really needed by us anymore. I think we kind of have better melee items, so we're just going to sell that for gold. So this is exactly what I was hoping for. We now kind of have runaway gold income and knowledge income collection from clearing out all these structures with Holly and Pimpton as well, since they're so powerful. So that's exactly what I wanted. Ooh, and look at this. Can we... Oh, yeah, and we can get up there. That, you know what? That would be great. We can clear out this undead structure just so that it's not pestering us anymore. That would be ideal. Just get rid of this. Use our ogre to trigger this battle. You know what? We'll let them run for the Light Tusk Boar Mount. I don't think we have a mount with all of our heroes at the moment. But I don't think that's really that useful. I mean, again, Blight Protection is nice. And that might, you know what, that might actually be helpful if we're up against rogues. I'm trying to think what our other heroes have. So I know Leo has a mount that gives him fire protection. Welby does not have a mount right now, but in 7 or 8 turns, he's going to have that spider that's going to hatch. I don't think War Master has a mount. You know what? Okay, yeah, I convinced myself. Let's take it. And we can send this... Well, hang on. Before we decide who to send it to. Yeah, so Pimpton doesn't have one, so that would be good to send to him. War Master also does not have one. Since he is a goblin, he does have Blight Protection already, so maybe more beneficial with Pimpton, I guess. So let's do that. We'll send this over to Pimpton. Although, it'll take 2 turns to get there. If we give it to Habby, then he has 80% Blight Protection. He'd be basically almost immune to Blight. Yeah, let's do that. Alright. So now we can grab a little bit of gold as well, since we're kind of here. Let's do that. There we go. And then our units can group back up again. Perfect. All right, so really, really solid turn from Holly there, making tremendous progress, and we now have our first real city underground that isn't a vassal. And again, I think we just take Holly around and do this tour here. We grab the Lost Library, we grab this Florox Quarry, and we try and grab this item rack, and we recruit units along the way. And then we'll have ourselves a pretty beastly army, I think, that we can either send further north up this way, or we can turn them around and have them go through this, the cave entrance here and go up to the surface to help us out up there. So what I might actually then do is use this spy drone to see what we can see if we were to head north. Okay, we're not encountering anybody so far. Might turn around and go back this way, though, and see. Because, again, we want to kind of plan out our movement so we're not wasting that movement. Okay. Now again with this stack, we did take a I think actually I don't know if we actually gotten eyes on that city or not lately. We know that this belongs to Quandria, who is our Shadow Elf rogue opponent. The question is going to be, are we strong enough with this stack to do anything about that city? My hunch is going to be probably not, since really we are not that powerful. So maybe we do some clearing instead and try to kind of level up our stack a bit. Bring in some extra units. I mean, again, I would like to get eyes on this and see just how strong it is. Now, can we use this stack to maybe try out this battle? I mean, if we do this, we're probably going to lose some units, which I would like to avoid. So, we don't really have any other units in the area that are going to be able to help us. Alright, you know what? Let's go scout. We'll go take a peek. Oh, I might regret this. Okay, so here's the city. Okay, you know what? It's actually not that well defended, all things considered here. I mean, I don't think we'd be able to clear it with what we have, since they've got the stone wall. But if you look here, we've got a Trebuchet, Shadow Elf Storm Priest, just a foot soldier, and then 2 arcane archers who do quite a bit of damage with their shock damage. Yeah, I mean, I don't think we could take this city with what we have, but this isn't nearly as nasty as I thought it might be in terms of how well defended it is. I knew Quandria owned this, I just didn't know what was there, so now I at least know that. And again, with Leo, we got to start doing some work here. So Leo will get this Dominating Horn next turn, so he's going to have the ability to gain some units here shortly. Okay, and look at this. We have a watchtower. That's going to be great. Let's clear that out. That's going to give us a vision range so we kind of know what to do with him next. Alright, some elven units here that we got to deal with. Nothing too ridiculous, so I think we can just kind of let them think we can just let them sort of come to us maybe a bit. I think what we'll do is we'll throw a Nourishing Meal on this Brood Brother just so he's a little bit beefy. And then we'll bring Leo back, and then we'll let them come to us here. Yeah, there we go. So that Brood Brother has so much health that he just can kind of function as a bit of a tank for us. There we go, big damage. Step on up. And we can really put the hurt on this Union Guard if we were so inclined, and I think that's what we'll do. Excellent. And then if we step up one more time. Oh, fantastic. Big kill there. So that gets rid of the pikeman unit, which was kind of probably posing the biggest risk to us just because of its with Leo here on a horse. So that was kind of my intention there of killing that off. And of course that Brood Brother just doing his job, tanking damage. Do a nice flank shot here. Oh, very nice kill. You know what? Let's just do a Nourishing Meal on ourselves there. And then we can step up with Leo, turn him around, and then get the finish with our other Brood Brother. Alright, now let's see what we can see with this watchtower. Okay, looks like we've got the border of something, either a city or a dwelling up here. Still neutral, so Quandria doesn't appear to be over on this side, at least. There's some treasure there. That'd be good to get. We also have ourselves a sage hut with some units here. So next turn, when we have Dominate, we could do this battle and try to gain some extra units. So maybe we just park ourselves right there and then just camp out. Wait for our ability to have Dominate, and then maybe we can do something. Get one of these units. That would be ideal. Okay, so now's the big question. What do we do with Welby here? So let's step up with this unit and see what we can see. Oh, yeah. Okay, we've got a hero in the back here. Let's see. This is Hildy Mayflower, who is an Archdruid hero. She's got some decent abilities here. She's got Gas Breath, she's got Seduce, she's got Befriend Animal, and she's got Nourishing Meal. She's probably got some spells as well. So she can cast at least one spell in the battle, maybe two. Colm himself is obviously going to be pretty decent. He's got a lot of casting points. He's got Nourishing Meal. Yeah, his units are going to be quite tanky. Garrison's Honor is going to be affecting his units. Cities Without the Wall gain quite a lot of extra strength. So I don't think I'm quite strong enough to try this one, to be perfectly honest with you guys. Like I want to. I really want to. I just don't... I don't feel confident, especially with this Human Knight. He's going to be throwing spells at me galore. Yeah, I don't feel good about it. You know what we could do is go into this Ancient Ruin and see if maybe we can recruit a unit out of here. Like, let's see, what could we get? Well, we could try for one of these ogres. That would be pretty sick. If we could dominate one of these ogres, that would give us... Of course, we're not going to be able to attack right away then, but... Because that ogre's going to have no movement if we are able to successfully acquire him, that is. Okay, so they're moving up on us here, so we're going to have to be careful. Now, we obviously have to watch out for these spiders because they are not fun when it comes to webbing is always an issue with them. Okay, so we're going to use our Pony Rider, of course, as the up front unit. It would be great to try and get an Immolation, because I think we have Inflict Immolation, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, we have Inflict Immolation, so we have a chance. What are the odds here? 40%, not bad. If we can get the Ogre immolated, he'll be easier to then dominate. We can also go for the Weaken, which is going to help tremendously. I think this Brood Brother is going to have to kind of fight this Spider, probably. And again, this Pony Rider is going to have to deal with the Ogre. So, one thing that would make a lot of sense would be to probably buff the Pony Rider with some health from the Brood Brother, which I don't know if we're going to be able to do that, though. Let's see, can we back up? Yeah, we can throw the weaken on here. That's great. Okay, fantastic. So that ogre is not really an immediate threat, which is good. So this pony rider can go up and just kind of chill. So yeah, I think maybe what we'll do is... I think if I step like this, I can still get there. So I do have to be kind of careful. Put our Brew Brother like this. Nourishing meal the pony rider so he's got a little bit more health. Then what we'll do is we'll back Welby up. So he's a little bit out of the way. Try for the immolate. Nice, and we got it. Oh, that's fantastic. Now, the only kicker here is we don't want this ogre to die. And it may suicide itself on the pony rider. We'll just have to hope that that doesn't happen. And then meanwhile, our farmer here, we can try for maybe a little movement reduction on, sure, on the hunter spider. That's not so bad. Yeah, so that ogre is kind of not an issue. And then we can do that. Okay. So yeah, let's see if we can get lucky here. Ugh, don't like the web. Really don't like the web. This is going to be a lot harder now. Ugh, and yeah, that's kind of what I was afraid of. So unfortunately now, we've got to deal with this situation, which is not good. Yeah, we may end up losing one of our units here, so maybe this wasn't the wisest choice. Let's see, what can he do? I suspect he's going to come in and go for the pony rider, most likely, or for one of these units that's webbed. Alright, let's kill the spider baby. Yeah, that's good. Okay, and then, yeah, you know what, we can even do that if we need to. With Welby here, we could probably just do a nice big Blastola there, immolated. Now the question is, this Elder is going to be at risk if we... You know what, we can probably take one hit here. Yeah, there, that's fine. And then we can step up like this and do that. Now we're in less danger. Okay. So now we can still try for the dominate on this ogre. Ouch. Thankfully we got weakened back, so that's actually great. Okay, there. That makes that a little bit easier. I don't think our elders... Oh, they do have a chance to inflict immolation. That's really good. So let's step up. Hang on, what kind of damage can we do? Trying to decide here if I want to... Yeah, we'll do this. Try for the immolation. Nice, they're immolated. Okay, here we go. Now for the dominate. Yes! Yes! Okay. We got ourselves that ogre. That's huge. That's going to make this a little bit better for us, hopefully. 38 extra knowledge. Frozen harpoon. You know what? This isn't so bad. Gives you a chance to immobilize, potentially. So I will take that reward. Give that here to Welby. Now he has two methods of immobilization, the harpoon and the net. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to retreat back like this. And you know what? I think I'm going to summon the Hellhound in here as well, just in case we come under attack. Might be nice, too, to heal up that ogre, actually. So maybe we throw the Brew Brother in there just to heal that ogre a bit. Although he might just heal himself, actually. I'm not sure. Okay, well, if we're not going to summon the Hellhound here, where would we summon it? Where else would we need it? The only other option would be to defend Sassistan, which I kind of think is probably a bit of a lost cause, to be perfectly honest. So I think we're going to do that right here. Alright, so... Yeah, that's pretty good. I think we can just hang out here with Welby. And then just maybe try this battle next turn now that we've got this ogre. Again, he's going to be hurting for health, though. That's the only thing I'm a little concerned about. So maybe we do this. There. So now Welby and the Brew Brother can at least try to maybe heal that ogre a bit. Because Welby has Guardian Flame, which does some healing. Yeah, this isn't ideal, that's for sure. But, you know, again, this isn't the best stack to go and do this battle, but we've at least got... Now we've got this other option with this ogre, at least, so... I suppose one of our units could head back down to this inn, even, and buy some units. I think we had contemplated doing that. Again, that's super expensive, and I don't like doing it if I don't have to, but... let's see, how far can this unit go in one turn? I gotta be really careful with this cannon. Don't want to get in too far there. Kind of overexpose myself. Because if these cannons get attacked on their own, they're going to be in big trouble. I also want to get them closer such that, you know, if we get them maybe here or there, it's a risk. It's a big risk because I think they might come and attack me. We'll step up maybe one closer. Shoot. This is a tough decision. I'm really worried about these cannons getting attacked since they're kind of on their own. We also got to think about if we want to cast another spell here. Another Hellhound would be great, and of course Suppressed Nature is still going to take 2 turns no matter kind of what we do here. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that one. I'm gonna think about that. Might be worth even sending in a few of these units to get them a little closer in here. Like maybe the Blight Doctor just to kind of give a little extra assistance here. Or, you know what, maybe even the Skewer to act as a melee kind of deterrent or something. Rather than just having units kind of sit on this, on Bebjun there. Alright, well, let's ignore this for now, and let's think about maybe production and research and all these other things we got going on. That'll be, I think, a good place to kind of end the episode. So, in terms of production, we're just going to go full steam ahead here with some of our big boy units, I think. We really need to. I don't think we have much choice. Now, if we did the Masters Guild, we could pump these guys out in a single turn, because that would give us 15 extra, which would put us at over 150. Although, you know what, the city's about to grow, and maybe with the growth we'll get enough extra production, so I'm not going to worry about that right now. I think we're just going to go... trying to decide. I think we'll go maybe a flame tank. Now, back down to our throne city. I think we will go for an item here. Now, the question is, what item? Again, we could go with another dominate item, or we could go with a repair item. And if we look back up at our hero who has machines, you can see here that he does have the repair kit with repair machine. Emergency repair might actually be a nice one to have as well for him. So, if we're going to forge an item, let's see. We've got repair machine. And then we've also got, let's see if we can find it. Maybe I missed it. Let's see. Emergency repair. Here it is. Restores 25 health to target-friendly machine unit. That's pretty solid. Right along with repair machine. So yeah, I think we'll grab an emergency repair item. Let's find a nice picture for it here. Just looking here for something appropriate. We've already got that other one, so you know what? We'll call this the emergency repair drill, I guess. Maybe not the most appropriate, but it'll work. So we have emergency repair drill. We will forge that. It's going to take us 2 turns. We can send that off to one of our heroes who's dealing with machine units. Probably War Master Habby, perhaps. Yeah, we've dealt with Pimpton up here. We've kind of dealt with almost everything else that we've got going on. But let's go over to Hard Thistle now. So Hard Thistle is, again, really well positioned to produce some big, beefy units. Again, cannons and flame tanks coming out in a single turn. There is a part of me that wants to try for Juggernauts, but again, we've already talked about that's not super efficient. And the cannons and flame tanks are pretty effective in and of themselves. So let's go with a flame tank here. All right, so we've still got tons of gold, which is excellent because I now want to develop Rackle here in the Shadow Realm a little bit more since we do have the Florox quarry. And I think we built, yeah, we did build the Florox Citadel. So now we're going to do a blast furnace, and that's going to give us flame tanks and lightning cannons, which is awesome. That's going to be really cool. So we're going to do that. That's going to be great. Now, in Ripura, it would be ideal to get this city actually producing some half-decent units. Maybe we do a war hall. Again, this is starting to spend a lot of our gold, which I don't feel good about. And we also want to do something in Yargan, too, because we're going to need units out of here, I think, because we're going to get attacked from units from this stupid thing again. Spawning structure up there. Well, we'll think about this one, but in terms of Ripura, I think we maybe will go with a war hall. So we've still got lots of gold, which is great. Good for us. Ula Zaire. I mean, we could do a builder's hall. Honestly, I don't think we're going to be making much in this city, so let's just do merchandise. I'm not going to worry too much about it. As for our Tigran cities over here, honestly, probably just merchandise at this point. I don't really think it's worth developing these cities a ton. I mean, we could do a blast furnace here, actually. You know what? That's not bad. Let's do a blast furnace in Asyut, and that way we're going to be able to produce some strong machine units over here, because we may end up kind of having a war in the north up here. So that way we'll at least have a city able to produce some decent machines over in that side. And then, yeah, we've already done Bebjun. We've already done kind of everything else. So, you know what? We do still have some gold left. We could bring Valak into the fold. But I don't think that's what we're going to do right now. I think Yargan will actually maybe develop a little more. Question is, do we want to press for more Dreadnought units, or do we want to try for Draconian units? Get some flyers going eventually, maybe. Yargan's not going to grow for quite a while. Siege Workshop wouldn't be so bad. Extra production would increase, and we'd have better ability to produce things. So you know what? Let's do the War Hall. We can get some units out of there then. Yeah, we've kind of done almost everything else. So all that's left before we end the turn, we got to figure out what we're doing with spellcasting. And we got to do some research. So let's at least look at that, and then I think we'll call it an episode as we're going kind of long here. Oh boy. Okay. We have got 302 stored up knowledge here, and we've got a lot of options. So we could just bang out advanced seafaring and get right to advanced logistics. We could grab some casting points, which would be ideal. We could do two things, actually. We could do Invention 3 and Rugged Pioneers. We could do... Well, we'd have Resurrect Hero in a single turn. That wouldn't be so bad. Or Swift Migration in one turn. We could do Force Field and Invention. That would be 300. That would be decent. Or Invention and Terraformer. You know what? I'm going to leave this one as the end of the episode right here. So take a look at all this and see what you guys think. What do you think would be the best choices for me to use this 302 extra knowledge that I have effectively? Right now, I'm kind of leaning towards Invention and something else. If we look here at Mana Fuel Factory, machines cost 10% less gold to produce, which would be great, as that would probably mean that some of those ones that are taking 2 turns might end up only taking 1 turn. Summon Siege Engine is obviously decent. It's just an extra unit. And then we've got Hellfire here, which is blast the entire battlefield with searing heat, dealing 30 damage to all walls and 50 fire damage to all units on the battlefield. If cast during a city battle, there's some effects on the city, which obviously we need to take into account. But this is also kind of our endgame spell as a Master of Fire, so that's an option as well. So let me know in the comments what you guys think would be a good choice for kind of managing this 302 extra knowledge. And I think that's where we'll leave it for this episode. So we'll zoom out and take a look. So again, some really interesting developments, and in particular, we'll just quickly shift to underground. getting Rados there has been great. So that's made a huge difference for us here in terms of now having it in our control. And, of course, we have that dragon dwelling as well that we have as a vassal. But this was a really big development, and having Holly just kind of steamrolling and doing work there, that's been good for us. And then, of course, in the Shadow Realm, if we just want to look, you can see here that we've now got quite a number of vassals and cities, so lots of good things. But, again, we've got work to do, and there's a lot of scary stuff coming at Sassistan, that's for sure. So we will save this one as episode 17. And as always, guys, thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one.